it's Tosh here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back today with an eyebrow tutorial. I got a couple requests for this just because I guess you guys like my brows. So that's always good because it means I'm doing something right. Oddly enough, I recently, probably the last year and a half or so, started doing my brows. I don't know why it took so long for me to get on board with it. I don't know. Because now brows are like up here with mascara. If I'm leaving the house, it's brows, mascara, and then out the door at the very minimum. So brows, you just need them. They frame your face. They just finish off your makeup. Like, you could have the most beautiful eyeshadow, lipstick, blush, contour, and if your brows are not done, it's just almost, you know. Anywho, so my brow routine is quite simple. Less than 10 minutes, or even if that, in the morning. I do have a full-time job, so I don't like to spend a lot of time on my brows, and I like to sleep. So priorities, yes please. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. As always, if you guys have any additional questions, leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Alright, let's jump into the video. Products that I use are my everyday products. I have a full-time job. I work 40+ hours a week, so I need a routine that works for me, that is not going to take up my entire morning, because I prefer to sleep those extra couple minutes than getting up to take more time on my brows. So the routine I have is quite simple for me. I hope it'll be simple for you guys as well. I use very minimal products for it, and it works for me. So the products I will be using, I will also link them in the description bar below. So if you guys want to look into those, you can, but whatever tools you have, you're more than welcome to give it a go with those. So the first product that I have that is the center of attention when it comes to my brows is the Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade. This is in the shade Chocolate. And when I got my ombre, I went a little bit lighter. But if you can see that color there, I switched back between chocolate and dark brown. I think these run about $18. I think that's what I paid for them, and they last a really long time. As long as you keep the lid on there tight and secured, it'll last you quite a while. And you really need little product, so keep that in mind. And the next product that I use is the Anastasia Eyebrow Pencil Brush. I believe it's number 10, but I'll double check and I'll leave it in the description bar below. I believe this runs $18-20 bucks as well. I've had this one since I started doing my brows almost about 2 years ago, and I haven't had to repurchase another one. The quality of this brush is amazing. It makes your application just super simple. And if you can look there, you'll see how tiny that brush is. And it doesn't get bushy or like frilly at the ends, which can make it difficult to apply a precise line. So this brush, if I'm going to recommend any tool, it's going to be this guy. Lasts you forever, great investment. It just saves you some time getting the precise brows that you're looking for. And those generally are the two products I will use if I want to get my brows done 10 minutes or less. If I don't have a lot of time, this is all I use. Extra couple minutes, I will go in with a brow gel. This particular brow gel is the Brow Gel by Tonya Crooks. I believe I got this in my BoxyCharm either last month. Yeah, pretty sure it was last month. So any brow gel will work. You can go to the drugstore. I believe they're all the same. There's really not a big difference in them. And I use them just because my eyebrow hairs are long. They're sparse, but they're very long. So they like to fly in the wind every now and again, so I have to keep them down. So I will use this when I have an extra couple minutes, and that's about it. I have used the Anastasia Brow Wiz, which I was a fan of before I got the Dipbrow. If you're not as experienced with it, it's a lot more simple to use. If you prefer a pencil, I'd recommend that one as well as a brow powder. If you have very full brows and you just need to fill in small sparse areas, a brow powder will be just fine. Alright, so let's jump into the tutorial here. The first thing I like to do is I will take the product on both sides of the brush, and I'll take a generous amount and I will put it on the back of my hand. The reason I do this is I feel like it warms up the product and it just glides on a lot smoother. So, like so. And I'm going to zoom you guys in while I do my brows. Okay, now we're up close and personal. You guys can either spend the rest of the video counting my pores, you'll be here all day, or we can do the brows. So what I like to do is, as you can see, I don't have a lot of brow hairs. They're just really long, so don't let it fool you. And to maintain them, I only tweeze. I had a couple bad experiences with waxing, and threading just looks too painful, so I have never given that a go. So I literally just tweeze my brows. It's my safety zone, so that works for me. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to start about here and go underneath and line my brows. I'm going to go underneath and then I'm going to go on top. I try to stay away from the center area here because I want it to be a lot more natural. When the first time you go in with product, you tend to be a little bit more heavy-handed, so it's okay to be a little bit heavy-handed on the outside of your brows because it's going to be darker anyway. So let's go ahead and jump into this. And I do have a scar there, just so you guys know. Not that you can't see it. And what I like to do is I'll do small, soft strokes. And then once I feel the product gliding nicely, up, and then I'll go ahead and line the bottom. Like so. And then I won't take any additional product, and I'll just take whatever's left over and frame the top. So now I have an outline of how my brows are going to be, and then I take a little bit extra product and I start filling it in. And this part, to do more a natural look, I do small strokes. And as you guys can probably see, I have a lot of long hairs that just want to come out and wave hello, but the brow gel will take care of those guys. So as you can see, it's filling it in pretty good. And with no additional product, I'll slowly and lightly start working my way into the center, and with a very light hand, I'll go in. And on the bottom here, small strokes, just getting that definition underneath, like so. And then I'll start taking any additional product here and just sweeping it up as natural as possible. Like so. The good thing about this brush is that it has a little spoolie on the back, and I don't know what it's made of, like unicorn hairs or something, but it's magical because it takes the right amount of product off if you put too much, so it kind of makes it a lot more natural. And I think I'm going to take a little bit extra product on the top and fill it in a little bit darker. Eyebrows can be so difficult to learn. I've only incorporated eyebrows into my makeup routine maybe the past 2 years or so now. And it was frustrating at first, but once you find the right products that work for you, you can knock this out in no time. And I'm going to go ahead and do this side. Now I went through the phase in high school where you had super thin brows and like really thin, where you tweezed them all off, and it literally looked like you took those black mechanical pencils, you know, with the colored clips, and just drew a line. Those are my brows in high school. But the brow gods gave me a second chance at life and gave me some hairs back. Not everywhere though, but we'll deal. Then going into the center and sweeping it up. This is where you want to go as lightly as possible. It's always easier to add more product than to take it away. And brows are no different. So brows are meant to be twins. They don't have to be identical. I think that's where everybody gets so frustrated. I mean, if you can get them identical, focus, focus. You deserve a medal. And that's it. Now, as you guys are probably learning with all of my videos, I mentioned my skin type. I have very oily skin. So sometimes if I know I'm going to have a super extra long day, or I know I'm going to dinner after work, or have plans after work, I will set it with a brow powder just because I need the extra powder to absorb any oils throughout the day. But even around 2 or 3 o'clock when my eyebrows do get a little bit oily, I can take a translucent powder and lightly sweep it over it, and it'll absorb the oils right up. So that's an easy trick. Okay, so now that I have my brows done, I want to get my long, unruly eyebrow hairs to stay in place and not flap in the wind. So what I will do is I will take this brow gel, very simple, and scoot into you guys a little bit. In the front here, you're just going to comb them up and then over, up and then over. And this is just going to lay them down to sleep. They sleep all day long. Up and over. And you want to do it as light as possible because it is a liquid consistency. So if you go too, strong, it will take off your product. So you just literally want to put them on the top, comb it up, comb it over, comb it down, and you're done. And once it dries, it's like eyebrow hairspray. You're just spraying them in place and they're not going to go anywhere, and that is all. So if you have an extra minute or two, you can throw in some brow gel if you have unruly hairs. If you don't, save you a couple bucks. So that is all I have for my brow routine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I believe that you can use the same technique with any product that you use. Whether it's powder, you can still use this awesome brush, small strokes, very natural look, or you can use a pencil, small strokes, spoolie on the other end. So, I mean, same process, different products, depending on what kind of look you're going for. So, that's all I got. That is it. If you guys have any suggestions of future videos, anything you guys want to see, leave them in the comments below. Help a girl out. Because, I want to do things that you guys want to see. So, I'd appreciate that. And as always, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I think that's it. So, until next time, you guys have a great day. Bye. Bye-bye.